Hey cousins, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Chrissy Pips. As you can hear, I have my voice back. Yay! Now, in today's video, we're going to go over chapter 10, which is the chapter on self-discipline of our book, Outwitting the Devil. Now, let's start this chapter off with a quote. A person who is not master of himself can never master over others. Now, this chapter goes deep into how to take control over the things that contribute most to the lack of self-discipline. Now, as always, please don't forget to like if you enjoy the content in this video. Subscribe so you don't miss out on what's next. Comment and share on social media if you think this information can be beneficial to others. But as always, if you're here, you're interested. So let's get into it.
The revolution will be live.
Now, there are three things that are major contributors to the lack of self-discipline. Now, there are others, but we're going to go over the major three. The first is the desire for food. The second is the desire for the expression of sex. The third is the desire for the expression of loosely organized opinions. Now, the book goes into great details explaining each. Let's start with the desire for food. Improper eating can affect more than just your stomach. It plays a big part in other ailments as well. Bad eating habits contribute to the majority of illnesses in the body and overwork the body's systems for digestion and elimination. In addition to that, poor eating habits are a big reason why large amounts of people have headaches. The devil stated that if you took 100 people who suffer from headaches and gave them an enema, yeah, he said an enema, about 95% of headaches will go away. Now, when you overeat, your body doesn't know what to do with the food. So in order to break it down, your body turns the food into something toxic. Now, your body also does not know how to get rid of the toxins properly. So it gets stuck in your body's waste management system, building up until something happens. And usually that something is not good, to say the least. Now, then that turns into like an auto-intoxication, which allows the bad things in your body to get into your blood and get into your brain. Good eating habits contribute to bodies that function at a higher capacity. Good eating habits allow your body to do a great job at eliminating and breaking down food and creating waste. Your brain is not so foggy because it's getting the right amount of vitamins and nutrients, which in turn allows you to make like more sound and reasonable decisions instead of drifting back into the devil's grip. Now, moving right along into the desire for sex expression. I did an entire video on sex transmutation, but we're going to review it again because it's part of the chapter. It will be linked in a little thing right here. It'll pop out, the little card. Now, the devil implies that there's a correlation between sex and poverty. Mind-blowing, right? Well, not really. Just like overeating, being overly sexed can be bad also. The urge for sex cannot be removed from the body or the mind entirely, but the best way to handle this urge is to redirect the energy into like something like work or a project or something like that. Now, I'm not saying be abstinent. I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying that having the ability to understand the emotion of sex, respect it, learn to control it, and transmute that emotion of sex into like more constructive or beneficial activities can be of great benefit to you and your success, in addition to sexual releases. And I know it sounds a bit confusing, like how is sex bad? I thought getting that monkey off your back was a good thing. But too much of anything is bad. To quote the devil, it depletes the source of a man's greatest driving force and wastes, without adequate compensation, man's creative energy. Yep, too much of a fun thing wastes time and energy unnecessarily, has negative effects on pleasing personality, destroys enthusiasm and ambition, and leads back to the habit of drifting. Now, mastering the emotion of sex comes with mastering accurate thinking, since it aids by properly controlled and directed sexual emotion. Mastering this emotion helps you to maintain the magnetism necessary to have a pleasing personality. It's powered by your desire. It keeps that nervous system in check. It contributes to your imagination so that you can come up with more creative and useful ideas. It puts a little pep in your step too. And that extra bit of energy needed for like perseverance and persistence, the devil said was a great antidote for fear, and it gives one the immunity against discouragement, helps to master laziness and procrastination, gives you more mental and physical endurance. Sex emotion uses the same energy that we use to think. Have you ever tried to think when you were sexually frustrated? How did that work out for you? Yeah, for those of you who were not able to act on that urge and had to try to fill their mind with some other task, what masterpiece was born from your frustration? Now, comment below. Let me know. Tag me on social media if you have like pictures of what it is. I'm at Chrissy Pips on all social media. At Chrissy_Pips, I think on Facebook though. But if you look through like my Facebook, my Instagram, I paint and I cook if I'm sexually frustrated. Don't tell nobody. This is just a conversation between me and you, okay? Don't judge me. Forget about all of that. Now, on to the last part, the habit of expressing loosely organized opinions. Now, this one is a doozy. The most dangerous of all three, if not mastered. This one leads people down the path of guessing instead of searching for facts when they're formulating their opinions, creating ideas, or organizing plans. Carelessness in the expression of opinions leads to the habit of drifting. The devil makes a point to say that a person who talks too much gives others the opportunity to profit from their ideas or interfere with their plans. I guess that's why there is such a big move in silence movement right now, right? Well, the devil also stated that a person who insists on talking doesn't have the opportunity to learn by listening. Now, my favorite part of this explanation was when the devil said, and I quote, "Nothing is worth more than it actually costs." To which he was referring to like free, uninvited expressions of opinions from people. Now, that also includes those groups of people who like to write those little letters filled with their opinions that were unsolicited and send them to like public officials, celebrities, and things like that for no good reason. Now, if it was unsolicited, you probably shouldn't do it. Now, how is that bad? Well, habits are contagious, so one bad habit leads to another one. Remember, we're talking about the most powerful three needed to be mastered. In addition to that, this particular habit creates enemies. Whether these people who give these unsolicited opinions know it or not, sometimes your opinion can bite you in the butt from an unexpected direction. Mr. Earthbound, or Mr. Hill, stated that he was the victim of one of these self-inflicted, unexpected consequences himself. He had written a criticizing letter to the editor of a popular magazine. And I guess later on, he had tried to apply for a position there. That information was used to deny him a staff position at the magazine. But that's going to end today's video. We'll get back to the 7 principles, which we mentioned in chapter 7. Check out my 101 video series. TV is about to be so dry right now. Have y'all seen how many different series and things like that are being cut off because they don't want groups of people congregated together to record? Holla at the 101 Wednesday series, because if you have some free time, since you might have a little bit of free time, you might as well learn something new. Please don't forget to like if you enjoy the content in this video. Subscribe so you don't miss out on what's next. comment, and share on social media if you think others can benefit from this information. But as always, I hope you guys are having an awesome and productive day, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.